Hi YouTube. This is going to be a blog update, and I need some advice. I mentioned in my last YouTube video that we were moving, and we are still in the middle of moving. But what I didn't mention was where we're moving. We're moving in with my in-laws. I never thought in a million years I would ever move back in with my parents or my in-laws. I move in with my in-laws, but we are. And I really do like my in-laws. We have completely different parenting styles that I'm not sure exactly what to do. My parenting style is very hands-on, very attachment parenting style. If my son fusses, I'll pick him up. I'm more of a hands-on parent. And my son was fussing the other day, and I just spent 3 days there, and my husband was at our apartment packing, and I just spent 3 days there, and my son was fussing, and my son will be 6 months on the 23rd, and he was fussing and started crying, and my father-in-law was like, oh, just let him cry, and I have never stood up to myself, but I don't know, I guess that just kind of threw me over the edge, and I kind of looked at him and was like, look, no, my son's crying, I'm going to pick him up. And I was, my husband was actually kind of proud of me because I've just never stood up for myself. But I was standing up for my kids. I wasn't really standing up for myself. So anyways, I don't know. We are completely different. I'm very attachment parenting. I believe in timeouts. They just kind of are more like, make the kids grow up really, really fast, and they believe in spanking. And I absolutely do not believe in spanking, and this is the reason why. I had a very rough childhood. My mom was very, very loving and stuff, but my ex-stepdad and my logical father were emotionally, mentally, and somewhat physically abusive to me, and I know how small that line is, the very, very thin line between spanking and abuse. And I don't want my kids to ever feel the way I did growing up. I don't even want to talk about it. I was very depressed. I was suicidal. So I had a very rough childhood, emotionally. And I don't want my kids to feel like they're a burden, or they're never good enough, or that I don't really love them, they're a nuisance, that kind of stuff, because that's how I felt. And as a mom, I'll probably go to the end of the world to make sure that doesn't happen. So, next to my update, oh yeah, by the way, I need some, if you guys have any advice as to what I can do to nicely explain to my in-laws that me and my husband are going to parent our style, and that we're not necessarily going to follow theirs just because we're living under their roof. Because I will move out. I'll move out of my in-laws and, I don't know, in with my mother or something before I will let that happen to my children. So, if you have any advice, please leave me a comment. I would greatly appreciate it. I really would. So, for my update, Ryan is finally starting to grab toys. As you can hear the crinkling, this is his new toy. And it's got a rattle on the head, and it's got the crinkly, I don't know if you can see that. And then it's got the little feet have, chew toys. Just like teething toys. And he loves this thing. This is the first toy he's actually started grabbing and crinkling, and I was so happy because he's just never done that before, and that's progress. He isn't sitting up yet. He does sit in his Bumbo, but he can only do it for about 5 minutes at a time before he gets too tired. And so, but he is sitting in his bumble pretty well. He's got a little bit more head control than he did. And when I put him on his tummy, he now lifts his head and his chest. And he's starting to roll over from his tummy to his back more, which is really, really good. He actually, I know, yeah, I don't even want to say it because, yeah, he's starting to sleep through the night. And he didn't last night because I wasn't in the room. And he like senses when I'm not in the room. But he actually started sleeping through the night, and it was really, really nice. I forgot what full night sleep was like. But he is doing absolutely fabulous. As for his size, he's still pretty tiny for his age. I don't know if you can see him. Hi. Go say hi, YouTube. Say hi, YouTube. As you can see, he has pacifier. He doesn't really need the pacifier, but if I don't give him the pacifier, he sucks on his fingers or he sucks on his thumb, and my husband would rather have him have a pacifier than suck on his thumb. Because his sister sucked her thumb until, well, she sucked it for a long time. I'm not going to rat her out and say how long she sucked her thumb, but, and so he doesn't want her, he doesn't want the kids to suck on their thumbs. He'd rather have them have a pacifier, because that's easier to take care of. So he's doing, he is growing pretty well. He's about 22 inches tall now, and about 12 and a half pounds. And as you can see, he's becoming such a big boy. Oh, you see his chubby little thighs. So cute. I love the chubbies. I don't know. It's so nice. Also, one thing I noticed between him and my daughter is that he is so much more snuggly. Like, he has those moments when he's very independent, just likes to play alone, especially with this. But then there's other times when he's just so snuggly, and every single night he just likes to snuggle with me to fall asleep, and I like that feeling, because with my daughter, she didn't care who was holding her, she actually preferred my mother over me to fall asleep, because I did live with my mother until my daughter was about 8 months old. Long story, and so he is just, I'm the one that he wants to fall asleep with, and that's a really amazing feeling. And he's starting to eat more. I was put in the hospital because I'm having some stomach problems, and he was fed formula, and my best guess was he was probably taking 4 ounces. No, he takes 6 or 7 ounces every 2 hours. That's insane. I just didn't expect that because he breastfeeds and then I can't pump anything. I've tried to pump, it just, nothing happens. And I've tried taking like fenugreek, and that stuff is so nasty. It's not even funny. I can't do that because you have to do it like 4 or 5 times a day, and I about puked. So I don't know how to, I've heard of mother's milk, and if any of you guys have tried mother's milk, tell me what you think, because I'm just not sure what to do at this point, because he nurses fine, but I want some pumped milk so that, once he starts solids, I can add the breast milk in with his baby food. And also, just in case something does happen, he can have breast milk. I have no problem with formula. It's just that his formula is really hard to find. You have to be on a special kind of formula, and it's really hard to find, and it's more expensive. And so, I'd rather him just have the free milk, which, is very, very good for him, than have to go out and try and spend lots and lots of money on formula. So, bye.